Welcome everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost. Hey, I've restocked my Etsy shop. I have a few more things for sale. There are 5 of these bundles, and these are double journal bundles with a lot of specialty items involved. So let's kind of go through and see what you get. Okay, so first of all, there's a hardcover journal, and it is this journal in this, let me just see if this is the right zoom for you. It is this beautiful upholstery fabric, which is so wonderful to the hand, and it's one of my favorite pieces of fabric. And I finally decided to, I've dived into it, and I used it a little bit previously, and now I wanted to use it some more. So here's what I made. I made these journals. They are approximately, I've got the stats, 7 3/4 by 5. There's a 3/4 inch spine. They have one signature, which has a total of 80 pages front and back. And these are what I would call medium decorated journals. So these are not as big as a huge chunky monkey, but much of this can be removed, so it can be a writing journal as well. But also there's plenty of stuff in here for anybody to play with, and there are handmade items as well as very unique and interesting antique and vintage ephemera. So let's take a peek. This journal has a metal plate which has been gilded. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. It has been gilded, as well as it has 4 metal corners, corner protectors. It is tied with a hand-dyed sari silk sash, and this comes undone. I can figure out how to undo it here. There's two little patapa. There it is. Okay, and there you go. That comes off. Let me just back up a little bit. Okay, and inside, where do I see Sunny? No, no Sunny. Okay, the back is all the fabric as well. Hardcover. That is Sunshine. He is present. Hello, Sunny. He just got out of his bath not long ago. I put a little metal charm at the center of every signature. They're all unique and different, but they're all very beautiful. And you can either hang them above to be used as a bookmark, or you can hang them below, whatever is your choice. All right, and you open it up. Inside here is a fabric-covered pocket with some lace, and everything is very similar from journal to journal, except for variations in old ephemera and personal decorated embellishments. They might be a little bit different in each journal because they were different pieces as I used them. But they're all probably, you know, I would say they're basically the same type of design. Inside the front of these, I do have the note from the bookmaker. It is signed and stamped by me, and it explains what a junk journal is and how you can use it. And here's just a fun little bookmark. And there's a little decorated ticket paperclip up there. Here is some stamped pictures on a book page, which I have colored in. Here are some clusters with an old Victorian button. Here is a pocket made out of some old ledger paper, and here is some rubber stamping. There's rubber stamping throughout. Here inside is a piece of 1844 or very similar piece of ledger, which you get to feel and have, and it has beautiful writing on it, and you can tell you what types of business people were running back then. This one happens to be two-sided. And along with this, I also tucked in here the recipe of a Bloody Maria. I got a hold of some old bartenders' old drink notes, and so I put some of those in here for you. Something a little bit unique and different to come across. Some stamping, double color here. These are coffee dyed, tea dyed, and specialty ink dyed papers inside. Everybody will get some piece of Victorian trade card. These are beautiful. This one is a postcard, actually, and just lovely. Very vintage, very antique, more hand stamping. Here's an old bingo card. I made everybody one of these. I inked around. I sewed on a little topper for it, and I put on some Edith Holden on the back because I thought that was just a beautiful. It's always beautiful with it when Edith is present. Her printing and her artwork is amazing, and she just is so appreciated in the junk journal world. So thank you, Edith, for doing that. I don't know if everybody knows, but Edith died very young in her life. I believe she was 24 or 25. Fluke accident. drowning. I think she was maybe drawing something or sitting out on a log by the water and fell in, and there you go. That was that. So sad ending to a beautiful life, but she certainly has left her mark. Thank you very much. And here is a handmade journal card with stamping, and it's just some fun there. Here's a beautiful book page. Many different kinds of paper clips you will see throughout. Here's an old, I dyed these, a beautiful fuchsia color, these paper clips. And in here you're going to have an old envelope. And this one is from, let me just zoom in a little bit, 1906. And it's from the homeopathic pharmacy, kind of interesting. And inside of these, I tucked, these are Victorian trade, calling cards, actually. These are Victorian, this is where you would put, Sarah Jessica Parker came to call. And you would tuck this in the door or leave it with somebody at the front door. And inside here is also a very unique and interesting picture from days gone by. I wonder what the stories of these ladies were and what they could tell. I love this lady with the cat. Okay, that I don't know. Just something about her. Yeah, just very interesting. I wonder why they were all together. Family gathering. We can just only imagine. Oh no, we can more than imagine. We have stories. And guess what? It's in German. So there you go. If anybody can read that and tell the story. And this was back from 1955, it looks like. Maybe somebody can enlighten us as to what that was. I could ask my husband too, I guess. But yeah, very interesting things. You just never know what you're going to find. And it's a fabulous little walkthrough journey here of all sorts of interesting things. So this is a coffee dyed page. And hope you're having a fun day today. Here's a page from an old magazine which had old ads in it, German magazine with German ads. And here is, let me just shrink this a little bit. There. Here's a double corner tuck with an old letter from, this is from 1876. Okay, and they will obviously all have something different, but a handwritten letter of some sort. Beautiful. Yeah, October 7th, 76. And there's a stamp tucked in there as a little surprise. And here's another little cluster and a side pocket with some beautiful botanicals. And here's a piece of paper doll from days gone by, as well as some beautiful vintage paper for letter writing. This was stationery, vintage stationery. And I just put a rubber stamp at the top to give it a little junk journal pizzazz. A college rule paper. Here is a specialty paper clip there with a handmade journal card. And here's just an accent piece from an old ad. Got to have one of those, right? Here's a lovely card from days gone by. And these would, of course, be all different. All my love, Jean. That was my dad's name. There you go. And happy anniversary, dear wife. And a beautiful avocado dyed page. Some interesting guest book pages. Here is a vintage digikit. I believe this one is from Fables of Fantasy. I put a little cluster here and then tucked some fun things inside, which are from a small ledger. Very interesting. Oh, this is actually from a dental ledger, a dentist, and he would mark which teeth had cavities and what the procedures would be and how much they would cost and things like that. And here is some pretty vintage stationery as well. Okay. And here's a big cluster in the corner. Some beautiful old ledger. Some writing on it. And here's another handmade journal card. Some old Gothic dictionary. Beautiful page. More dyed ledger. Just some pretty pages, some rubber stamping. Here's another handmade journal card with some beautiful old ledger on it sewn around. An avocado dyed page, another journal card. I think I put 5 handmade journal cards in each one. Here's a beautiful Edith Holden picture in the center of every one, and I tried to pick out a pretty picture for every center of every one. Very beautiful. She was just amazing. And here's a little flip out. And inside the flip out, there is a piece of, I believe this is like blueprint or negative, but this one particularly has some mathematical calculations on it, and it's an old piece of ephemera from a business company, and it was just a very interesting piece. And here we have, this is a flip out of a writing page. Here's a DigiKit, butterflies, back in the early days, butterflies number 1 or something like that, butterflies number 2 possibly, and some beautiful papers. And here is, there's 2 little pockets here made out of old dime rolls, vintage dime rolls, and here's a lovely card from Europe, this European artwork that I placed in here. It's just, they're beautiful, stunning artwork, vintage, glorious. I put some bird feet. And up here is one of these glorious, I think these are from Cakes and Cookies from don't get it wrong, Pam. Netherlands. There you go. I think that's where it's just from. Verkades. Thank you very much. These were gifted to me by a very special person. And I absolutely love these. They're all so magnificent, so beautiful. And I also put in here a little collection in this old vintage glassine envelopes for stamps, and a nice collection of unique stamps inside of here. So just fun things to find as you peruse through the book, and you're exploring and you're looking and you're feeling and you're touching. A little cluster here, an interesting paper clip. Look at the depth of the color in this avocado dyed paper. That is from the baking soda added during the process. That will give you a deeper, richer, dusty pink version of it, as opposed to a lighter peachy pink if you don't use it. Remember to use the Haas avocados, H-A-A-S. They're the small ones with the purplish tint to them as they ripen. The more ripe they are, I believe that that level of pink or pigment goes up. So you want to use a really ripe one. Remove all the flesh, use the pit and the skins, and that's what you make it from, or at least that's what I make it from. Here's another handmade journal card. Here's a beautiful vintage piece. May have been part of a card or just something to put up on your wall. Little religious acknowledgement there at the bottom. A stamped mushroom, a corner tuck made out of a DigiKit, and here's another beautiful handwritten, I believe this is a ledger from 1886. Very beautiful. Somebody was logging the lodge. Okay, a little cluster in the corner. Here's a petal. Here's a lovely, I believe this was gifted to me. It's just so beautiful. And I put a little secret inside there. So everybody's going to get an envelope of some sort with something in it. Some stenciling, music paper, and here is a tearaway booklet. So this has many sheets of unusual paper, and you can tear off little pieces, or you can write on here, or you can move little pieces of paper elsewhere in the journal. Here's a vintage recipe card. And here is a little pocket made out of layers of book page with a little flower embellishment. It's lined with seam binding. And in here is either a receipt or some type of certificate. And this is a certificate from 1910. Very interesting. It's from a lodge. And just tuck that in there. And here is a little booklet that I put as a hangover. And inside the little booklet is just simple pages to write on, but just a little extra writing space. And this was from a letter that somebody wrote me, and I wanted to use up the beautiful paper they gave me. So here it is, and you know who you are. Thank you very much. Yes, lovely. And just put that there. All right, over here. Then we have another little handmade journaling card, and we're on the very back now, and this is a botanical page from a beautiful botanical book. I sewed it and turned it into an upper tuck, and here in this particular one it houses a gorgeous prescription back from 1884. So very interesting things you're going to find in this book, and also a lot of it is removable, so if you want more writing space you can take it out, but there's a lot to find. And so that is her, and what she does with her little sash here, which is completely removable, is she goes, oh, let me back up a little bit so you can see. She's just, I'm stuck now. All right, there we go. Ties her up. Here we come up. Yeah. A little short there, that's okay. I'll just pull her around. Hang on. Okay, get my ends. Get my ends, Pam. All right, here we go. Once, twice, and we're good. So it's once, twice, and you're good. And then just a quick bow to close, looking very pretty on the front for presenting purposes. Now, these do come with a beautiful bag for presentation. So one of these will have this handmade bag along with it. They all have a beautiful button of unique origin on the front with some lace and some beautiful hand-dyed fabric. And there's a little bit of lace here as well. So inside here you will find the home for the journal. And again, this is the hardcover journal. Here we go. All right, so that is that. And then next, the second journal in here is going to be, I have more of the purple quilt journals, so I went ahead and I decided to decorate them and put a little bit of exciting little finds as you go. So these have a beautiful cream and purple colored sash that goes with it. There's been some decoration on the front with lace and flowers and a little bit of something interesting. So each one will have a little bit of something that's a little bit different from the last one. Placement might be a little bit different, but they are all from the same quilt and very beautiful. And there you go. All right, so there is 5 of those. So one of these, when you open it, this is a soft cover. This is a fabric soft one signature journal that has a 6x4.5. It has 52 pages front and back, one signature, and it is made from a beautiful vintage quilt. This one actually has 2 little interesting things on it. You open it up and you're going to find some really cool ephemera. There's a beautiful pocket made out of something interesting. This one has an old card with napkin, which has been sewn around and turned into a little pocket, and in here you have a vintage recipe card, very neat, and here is a beautiful written page, and this is just gorgeous. Beautiful handwriting, and you can read the little stories in there, very interesting, and it's lined with fabric as well. And here's a little page from a vintage address book, and this one has some unique scrapbook papers as well as interesting writing papers, hand-dyed papers. These are pieces from Victorian scrap times. Here is a little actually an antique card, 1882, I believe that. Whoops, sorry, 1882, I believe that says. Okay, so just little interesting things. Beautiful ticket from 1947. Lots of writing space in here. Some S&H green stamps for decor. Here's a handmade junk journal card. Here's some ledger, beautiful ledger, handwritten ledger. Here's an interesting little, I believe this is a bridge card. I could be wrong. Yes, bridge. It is a bridge card, a vintage bridge card, just for fun. Those are neat to see. They might bring back some memories. This one has a field guide with mushrooms in it. And a beautiful book page, The Age of Classicism. And here's a handmade, this is a digikit, one of my vintage digikits from Fables. No, I think this is from Medieval Magic. And there is a handmade journal card in here of interesting creation, tucked in. And here's a little bag. And this has a vintage ticket in it from the Cleveland Arena, 1973. Very interesting. It costs $14.50. There you go. And beautiful book pages. And here is one of the quadruple folds. And you've got quadruple pockets with very simple folding with a book page. And there's I tucked in some beautiful pictures from digikits in here. So you've got all sorts of things that you can check out. Many pockets in that one. There's some stamping on these pages as well. Here's a beautiful reproduction of a Victorian die cut. And more mushroom paper, more ledger paper. Here's a pocket made out of Edith Holden paper, and this houses a beautiful piece of ledger. Gorgeous writing. Okay. Another lovely journal card. Here's a hangover journal card. Some washi tape. And a little glue stick problem. There we go. Here's a handmade journal card. And some beautiful bus tickets from Russia. And also another little handmade pocket here with an interesting ticket from the Chicago Automobile Show, 1979. Anybody ever been there? McCormick Place, Lakefront. There you go. And there is your ticket. So that is the soft journal that is in here. It's a little bit smaller than the other one. So that is the second journal. And then in addition to that, I have added some hand drawings that I made with pen and ink. And let me see if I can show you these better. Okay, these are all different, but and they will be random, which kit includes which one. But they're all floral designs. And they're all signed and dated. And these were joyous to make. I really love working with pen and ink. It's so meaningful to me. It makes me harken back to when I originally started to learn how to draw. And it was just pencil and paper, and that was it. And that was it for 2 years. Pencil and paper, that's all I worked with. And it was a lot of fun to do that. So if you enjoy something like that, or if I can inspire you to draw as well, that would be very meaningful to me. So I hope that inspires you. And then also, along with that, you're going to get... these were in my special find. Orpha Klinker, and this is her public school record in 1904, and she did very well. I don't think she was ever tardy. It gives you the different like very good, good, very good. She did very well. You were rocking, Orpha. You nailed it. Days absent, 0. Look at that. So it was a collection of hers from her life as she went, and I thought I would include. Everybody will get one of these for your own personal stash. So there you go. There's that you will get as well. And then to finish it off, everybody will receive a Fundal, which is a collection of old papers. And if you have never seen a Fundal before, let me give you a little example of a current Fundal right now. Okay, so these are always a little bit different because of supply, but they're at least 100 pieces. Let me just give you a nice quick walkthrough of what is here. And I put in, and this is not counted in the 100 pieces, but I do give you a few extra postage stamps and stickers to play with and to have fun, just if I had some interesting things I thought you might enjoy along the way. There we go. Okay, so some stickers and postage stamps. Okay, let me put that there. And then you're going to get some piano roll paper, which is very interesting paper. This is from the player pianos that, they would play by themselves. This is the music that they would read from. And there's a unique piece of wallpaper in each kit as well. There's another postage stamp. There's a note from me. And another sticker. Yep, I like to put a lot of things in here. Okay, I think it's upside down. Now I'm just going to go through this rather quickly so you can get an idea of what is in here. But here is from 1877, a beautiful handwritten page from a lodge ledger. This one has writing on both sides. Another document with people's names and phone numbers, it looks like, from a different ledger. Some handwriting from 1874. Beautiful paper. Here's this was from a plumber's. Nope, I'm wrong. This looks like it's from a general store. Potatoes, flour, some kind of soup, calf meal, starch. There you go. All sorts of interesting things and the prices that they charged back then. Here's another beautiful writing piece of very, very old antique paper, caramelized in the brown. This is from 1909. And here's some beautiful writing on this ledger. You can take a read through here and see all the different things. Here's a beautiful piece from the week ended 1937. So you get a good variety of dates. And here's some beautiful these are tea cards from England. Yes, I had these shipped in from England. I absolutely love these. I have a little bit of a I just love these, what can I say? But I wanted to share them with you, and everybody gets a beautiful mixture of different themes. Some of them are animals, some of them are people, and you can collect the series. So if you're collectors and you like to collect these types of things, they're all written on the back. Wonderful Wonders of Wildlife, and this is the Brook Bond Tea Company. So if you're interested in collecting those, they are really beautiful. Here's a beautiful photograph. That's really lovely, isn't it? That's very old. Sometimes I know the dates on these. Sometimes it's written on it, and sometimes it's not. This is cool. I think that's a very cool picture. Okay, I need more light. Okay. Yeah. Just very cool moments in life. Just kind of little moments of life caught with a snapshot. And, you know, what does it all mean? Some beautiful postcards. Page from a diary, somebody's handwritten diary. This one could have been very old, 1897. This is a page from an autograph book. This one was not written on. Some are written on, some are not. Here's some lovely foreign language book pages. So if you like foreign language and find it interesting, here's a bunch of these. I give everybody a nice collection. And then we have just very interesting book pages. This is a wildlife book. This is a plant book. This is natural highlights of a local place. Here's a field guide with beautiful imagery on it that you can use in your junk journals. Here's some written textbooks. The Road to Venice. Historical books. A book on the different grasses. Beautiful, beautiful, thick, velvety paper. This old paper is just wonderful. I mean, if Lilies from American Gardens, that was the book. Very interesting. Here's some butterfly book pages where you can log what you see, write your notes, things like that. Here's a handwritten letter. Beautiful vintage writing. And a little bit of recipe and cooking vintage pieces. 3 pieces of those. And some lovely old envelopes from days gone by. So some of these are first issue. Some are, so here's a first date of issue. So if you're a collector, you'll know about those things. Some are just interesting old envelopes from from vintage times. Some are antique times. And it's a picture from Anna and the King of Siam. Water babies. Yeah, a few books related to fun things. Oh, here, anybody recognize her? That's a classic, isn't it? Yeah, Campbell Soup. And I love caramel pages of these old books. And also some old an alternative language as well. Just interesting things. Some our coffee dyed. Here's some old Sears and Roebuck. Roebuck, not Roebuck. Roebuck. Yep, very interesting. And just some interesting yellow paper. This is like a handmade paper pressed. Very interesting tactile feel to it. Here are some machinists pages, mechanical engineer pages. Here's a mathematical lesson book. Some map. Some interesting card. Here's some Railroad and Company 1911 railroad paperwork. That's highly collectible. Here's some old paperwork from 1922. Has a wonderful feel to it. An antique check from 1891. Farmers. Interesting. The craft. I had to put one of these in there. That's a little playing card, and it just came like that. It was adorable. You get an interesting set of envelopes. I believe everybody gets 5 envelopes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 in here. Okay. And if you didn't get something, you got replaced with something even better. So that's the way I kind of work with it. If I can find, I don't really have specific categories. I like to keep general categories and try and give you something that you might find interesting. This is actually a hand-drawn piece of paper doll outfit, and I think what happened was the person probably had another piece and used it as a template, and they started to just draw the shape and draw their own dresses. How creative was that, right? Oh yes, we like you. And just more, here's a ballet book, a coin book. This is from a jukebox. This is a sports card. Here's one of these old vintage penny cards. Here's somebody's birthday, fourth birthday cake, 1959. So there's going to be a color slide in there. Some old cards. Here's some microfiche. This is old microfiche if you've never seen that. Also a library catalog card. Very interesting. An old label of some sort. Might be to different products, but everybody gets one of those. Here's a full Edith Holden page for you to use at your will. Very beautiful. Some tickets, more card. Here is a DigiKit page. I included that in there. And some stickers, some hand-dyed papers with poems on them. Here's a more probably bridge scoring cards. Old papers from booklets, from brochures, interesting paperwork, all the old, you can just tell the age of the books. Probably the 40s, maybe the 40s with this one. And the style of the dress, possibly 50s. Oh, June 55, there we go. Okay, very interesting. Here's some classics and just very interesting, very cool feeling books. They're hard to describe until you get them in your hand. They're really wonderful. Some are extremely thin and papery but beautiful. Some are thicker and richer and velvety and caramelized. Here's a beautiful poem book. More beautiful poems. Some are famous classics. Some are plays. Some are Shakespeare. All just sort of very interesting books, just fun to collect and fun to just see the way they would set things up to your scenes from, I think, Olivia, Fabian. I mean, who knows that play? The Twelfth Night. There you go. Okay, don't I sound fancy? Because I can read it off the page. Yeah, just some interesting book pages with different text. All sorts. Some are from travel, from different places in the world. Some are bigger pages. Some are songs. This is from the old highlights. Do you remember Goofus and Gallant? Anybody remember Goofus and Gallant? I do, boy. That's really going back in time. A good friend of mine gave me a whole set of her old highlights books, and I was just in super heaven. Here's a beautiful page, full page from The Wild Flowers of the World by Barbara Everard. Just gorgeous. More gorgeous papers and pieces from brochures and old books of all different kinds. Here's like how to take care of yourself in the olden day, different magical recipes and some beautiful sewing things. Here's an old prescription from days gone by. And very interesting, here's a like front page of, this was from London. Oh, it's an ad. And just very cool. I don't know the date on this one, but this is definitely old. Oh, there it is, 1892. Yeah, whoop, got it. 1892. So some very unique pieces in here. And like I said, all of them are different, but they follow along the same themes. So here's a magazine page from Vintage Times. Very interesting. It's an old receipt, 1898. Just really cool stuff. I mean, you just have so many options with this. Here's some demonetized money from Yugoslavia. And here's a birthday card. And here's a vocabulary card. I believe this is German, and I think this is Russian. Yes, I think, I could be, yeah, I think that's Russian. That's Russian. Okay, and some paper, pattern paper, thank you, yes. Some sewing patterns, things like that, related to sewing. And so a lot of different things. I tried to cover a lot of different areas. Here's an old newspaper, beautifully caramelized, just lovely color. This is from 1939. So you're going to get a lot of variety in here. Now here we're going to have some hand-dyed papers. This is a coffee dyed. This is actually beet juice dyed. And this is coffee dyed. And this was tea dyed. And I believe this was tea dyed as well. So you're going to get a nice variety, lots to pick from. Some gorgeous music papers in different sizes. So it's very beautiful to be able to use music paper in your junk journals in so many ways, on journal cards or the backings of page or collage. So try to give you a lot of that. And so different things to pick from, different types of music, different styles, lots of fun. And in here now we're going to have some dictionary things of different sizes and colors and shapes. Some are beautiful, deep caramel. Some are lovely shades of vanilla. And again, that beautiful Gothic writing, which is just stunning. Here's a neat page of Braille. If you've never seen or felt Braille, this is an excellent opportunity. And then here are some what I call the blank ledger pages, which give you, these make great journal cards or backings for things. Graph paper, something like that is wonderful to use as well. And you can also scan this stuff. It's wonderful. And then you're going to get a couple big pieces in the end. This is a big piece from an atlas. You can use for many different things. Sometimes you need a big piece of paper when you're making junk journals. And here's a different atlas with very caramelized, lovely old one. So there you go. That is what is in this collection. And I only have 5 available. So if this is something that might be of interest to you, then come on by. Come and check it out at my Etsy shop. And I would be happy to send one of these on its merry way to you. And again, so everybody gets one hardcover with the hand-sewn matching bag, one soft cover quilted journal, and a piece of original pen and ink art drawing from me, signed and dated, as well as the Fundal included as well. So there you go, folks. You have an awesome day. And do you have something to say, Sunshine? Yes, I have something to say. Okay, come on over. All right. All right, here we go. It could be anything at this point, folks. I have no idea what's coming. Hello, everybody. Okay. First of all, I'd like to say, hi, everybody. It's great to see you. I'm still drying. I had a shower. Yes, it was a standing bath. Yes. And I'm all clean and squeaky now, so everything's good. And they got me. They took me to the groomer again, and I've got short hair. I don't know how. Oh, I'm going to yawn. Okay, so now let me tell you, this is the big secret. I don't like baths. Nope, don't like them one bit. Nope, 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 nope. But you know what's worse than the bath? The blow dryer. Oh. So Mom usually gives up eventually, and then we play fetch, because I like fetch, and I will play fetch for hours drying off. That is so much more fun. I think Mom finally figured it out. Thanks, Mom. See y'all later. Bye. Okay, thank you. Yes, everybody really wanted to know about bath time with you, so there you go. All right, everybody, I hope you had fun here. Take care, and I will be coming at you soon with some more fun things to make, and we will create together. And I'm going to continue the series on with the Heartthrobs book, and I'm going to decorate that with you guys. So we'll go through, I'm going to show you some of my processes on how I decorate a book, and maybe if you like them, use them as your own. If they're not interesting, then toss them aside and, do other things. That's fine. Okay. So welcome to everybody, and thank you all very much for being here. If you are not aware, my videos come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. My podcasts come out Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. Hey, if you're not getting that, make sure you sign up, because why? What do you get? You get a free digital image emailed to you every month, and you can print it out and use it at your will in your artwork. I put multiple sizes on one page so that you can print it out. It makes it easy for you. What else do you get in the junk journal? Well, you get that note from the bookmaker that I showed you in front here. It explains what a junk journal is and how to use it. And it comes in a Word doc and a PDF at the bottom of every newsletter, and you can change it or alter it, the font or the text, any way you like, and make it your own, or you can use it as is. That's yours, free with the newsletter as well. And also, I provide some junk journal tips every month, along with updates from me, what's going on. For example, I have added to my Amazon shop, I now have a book section. So if you're looking for books that might be of interest to people who make junk journals, I now have a book section of my favorites. And whenever I come across a new favorite, I will put it in there as well. So you can look at the cover of the book, the publisher, the author, all of that. And Amazon sometimes gives you nice options of buying new or used, or at least it's a launching pad so you can know what you're looking for and then go look for it in other locations. Let's say you have a favorite online bookseller, a used bookseller like Abe's or Thrift or BWB, I think it's Better World Books, something like that. Some of those have, sometimes they all have different prices. Check around, definitely check around, see where you can get the best deal for yourself. And I added also a Sonny's favorite section. So he has some fun things that Sonny really loves, and I put a Sonny section, and I also put a craft supply storage section. A lot of people ask me about these wooden pieces that I have here, and I do love to use a lot of things that have small wooden drawers in that style. So if I find things like that, or that I'm considering, or that I already have, I'm going to put them on that page for you to check out. So just a place for you to look for those. And what else? Just so you know, the original ones I got them at Hobby Lobby, and I don't know if they carry them anymore. I would like to get more if I could, but I don't think they carry them anymore, or it's just kind of hit or miss with all the, you know, supply problems right now. But I did find some sources for similar ones, so I wanted to offer them to you. Okay, so yes, I have an Amazon shop. There you go. I also have my favorite tools and supplies in there. And in my Etsy shop, I sell vintage digikits, which are themed, 5 pages, JPEGs, and you can print them out and at home, and then use them in your artwork any way you like. And also, I have a print and mail service. Let's say you don't have a printer. Hey Pam, I don't have a printer. I heard your call, and I will print and mail these for you. Now, the way I do that is I do it in batches of 10. So if you go and you buy the print and mail option, and then you send me the list of the 10 digikits that you want, then I will print those out and mail those to you. You need to just email your list to pam@thepaperoutpost.com, or send me a message through Etsy Message or Etsy Contact and buy the print and mail option, and then I will print those out and mail those to you. And they come on a nice lightweight cardstock. I'll give you an example. So you can see the nice lightweight cardstock. That's what it looks like. It's a little thicker than regular paper. It's 110-pound weight, and it makes it very easy to make pockets and tucks and journal cards and things like that with these images. And if you're looking for any links that I've been talking about, you may see some links pop up through my videos. I'm trying to put those in there now because I know it's not always easy for everybody to see everything down below in the description box. But if you are on your phone and you want to see all the links down in the description box, just remember to touch the title of the video, and that will open the description box on your phone. Hey, if you find value or had fun here, please like, subscribe, and share, and click the bell. And remember, I also have a merchandise shop. In my merchandise shop, I sell Paper Outpost related things such as t-shirts and sweaters and zipped hoodies and mugs and totes, and there will be more coming. I've got some sayings on it, like create with reckless abandon that, and I will be expanding that in the future. So if you're so inclined, there you go. And also, remember, most of all, fun can be simple. Create with reckless abandon, and we will be having more fun, and I really appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Take care and have an awesome day. See you next time. Bye-bye.